So last session, we discussed about stand-alone environment of SQL Server. Plus, even we have discussed about clustering environment. Comparative we had, okay? And yesterday, I discussed all these roles and responsibilities of administrator, right? So I just made a list that in which, you need to be familiar with, in which you should be aware of. These all things I made available. After that, I have come up with the types of servers. SQL server will be consisting of 4 servers, I said. Database server, reporting server, integration server, analysis server. Developer and administrator, both. They work only with database server. Okay. That database server depends on database engine. Database server works with what? Database engine. Right? And what services engine contains, that part also I covered yesterday. Right? Today, we are going to learn something called hierarchy of SQL Server software in a machine. Okay? And whichever version you are working with, this file changes actually. It goes in this way. Copy this. Yesterday I've shown services file, configuration file. 2014, if you are using, you go with 12. Okay. If you are going with 2014, 2016. 2014, if you are using 2016, okay, then you're supposed to have SQL Server Manager 13.msc. Okay, if you are using 2017 SQL Server, then you need to have SQL Server Manager 14.msc. Then if you are using 2019, then you need to have SQL Server Manager 15.msc. This is the way how your configuration file is made available for SQL Server. Right? And now, today, we'll first understand what you'll understand is hierarchy of SQL Server in a machine. Hierarchy of SQL Server in a machine. Yeah. So let's see through a small architecture how this hierarchy actually goes now. Okay. So we'll refer to .png file. Okay. Yeah. Save this and you refer this as hierarchy for SQL Server. Yes. And what is the process in this? Yeah. Total up. I'll give you idea on this. And this will help you even installation part also easy. Hierarchy of SQL Server in a machine. Hierarchy of SQL Server software in a machine. Okay, now let's see what is that approach we have. Right, say for example, this is your system now. Okay, this is your machine. And in this machine, Now in this machine, first layer you have is your operating system. Obviously, it is Windows OS for us. Windows OS. Okay, Windows operating system. And remember, till SQL Server 2016, till I'm saying, till SQL Server 2016, you can install SQL Server only on Windows operating system. Till which version? Till 2016. Only you can install one on Windows operating system. From 2017, Microsoft has made even SQL Server software to install on Linux operating system as well from 2017. It means now SQL Server from SQL Server 2017, now SQL Server can be installed on Windows OS as well as you can install that even in Linux operating system. Prior to 2017, prior to 2017, when we had 2016, 2014, they used to get installed only on Windows operating system. Only on Windows OS. You can't install it on Linux operating system. So since we are talking about the software, what we are going to use is SQL 14. So that SQL 14, obviously you can install on what? Windows OS. Okay. And now going forward, what you learn here is here on the Windows operating system, whenever you install SQL Server on Windows OS, here, you install SQL Server software on Windows OS. Let me write SQL Server software. And connecting with this, lot of things are there to remember. Lot of things. One, installation of SQL Server software. Installation of SQL Server software is what you call instance. What do you call that? Instance. Okay, so let me just mention instance. Right. Here I mention instance. And now this instance can be in two ways. Two ways. What are they? This is one. And this is second. Yes. And what do we learn? Yes, remember. 50 times you can install SQL Server software. Same software. Each installation, one instance. 50 installations, 50 instances. 50 instances. First time when you install, first time. And 49 times when you install, we have some terms to use for them. Here, first time installation and 49 times installation. And first time installation is what you call default instance. And 49 times when you install, you call them as named instances. Default instance, first time, and 49 times when you install, 49 times when you install, then it is called named instances. Named instances. One default instance, 49 named instances. And one more rule. Every installation will have one name. Every installation will have one name also. One name. Yes. Let me talk on that name also. Every installation. And what do you call that? Obviously, you call that as instance name. What do you call? Instance name. Yeah, for default also you have, for named also you have. Yes. Name. What do you call that? Instance name. Better I call. Yes. Instance name. Yes. Every installation I'm saying, you have to understand that, please. Yes. Instance name. And remember, default instance, no? Default instance. For default instance, there is a name provided by SQL Server software that is called MS SQL Server. MS SQL Server. That is default instance. And for named instances, you will have your own name. That is customized one. You can call anything is fine. Server 1, server 2. I can write my name of the instance name as Shareef, or I can write server 3, right? Anything. Whichever you want, you can mention that name of the instance. During installation, it will provide you all these concepts. Right. These are named instances. And one more thing, since that we are installing SQL Server software in a single system, single system, even it is compulsory for us to have an idea about about what? Yeah, that is called server name. That is also compulsory. Server name. Yes. Though it is single system, but names are needed. Yes. Server name. What server name? What server name? Yeah. Now let me talk on this. Server name depends, depends. If you are installing default instance, you have one server name. If you have named instance, you have one server. Server name. What is that server name? Yes. One. For default instance, your system name itself will be your system name. System name itself will be server name for default instance. Yes. And for named instances, the server name will be system name followed by system name / instance name. Two things. For named instances, this is the process we follow. System name / instance name. And if you just look into, let me just check my system name. So the same thing I'll give now. Yes. Host name. Yeah, Ahmed. Okay. That is my system name. It means my default instance name will be Ahmed, since my system name is Ahmed. Yes. And what about this? What about this named instances? Yeah, it will be like this. Ahmed slash server 1, Ahmed slash server 2. You want to demo, you want to check this too? Yeah, you, since that in my machine, I have 2 times SQL Server software installed in my machine. I'm talking about in my machine, SQL Server software is installed twice. So obviously, you all can experience now. You can experience what, how is this process goes, how this process goes. Yes. You want to check one? Check. SSMS, open the tool. You see, first you see here you see server name, Ahmed. Ahmed. What did I say in this picture? What did I say in this picture? Ahmed servers. Mean for default instance, obviously. Only server name for default. You want to change to named instance? Yep. You click here. Browse for more. Obviously, local server. Ahmed slash server 1. It means you're connecting to named instance. 2 times I have installed SQL Server software in my machine. 2 times. One default instance, one is named instance.
Sir, with same version have you installed?
Yeah.
Like,
Same version twice I have installed. Yes.
okay. Means
2014 only.
SQL Server 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
2014, 2 times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and in that also 2 times when I install, na, first time I have installed all servers, all first time for default instance, I installed all servers, database server, integration server, reporting server, analysis server, all I have installed. And second instance, now I can install only database server, reporting server, analysis server, integration server I cannot install because per version only once you can install.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, going forward on this, what we learn is after system name, now let me talk on folders. Folders that are created for your installation. Yeah. Now you got two choices. Even if you know folders, even if you know folders, I'm saying folders, what folders it has created, if you know about the folders, what it creates, okay, then also, you can identify what are the servers that are installed in your machine. Either you go to services application to know it, to know what are the, what do you call, servers installed, or I'm saying, or what, either you know about folders, but these are the two ways. Now I don't say that to go with that or this, whichever you feel comfortable, whichever you feel that it's easy for your identification, follow it. But as I said, you like DBA, you should be aware of all the things that which are related with installation, hierarchy, editions, latest versions, which version is suitable for the project on which you are involved with, right? How much memory to be reserved with, how many users are going to work on it, about their credentials, about their specifications, everything you should know, everything. Mhm. Okay, clear? Okay, now what are the folders? Let me talk on folders, folder names also. Let me give you an idea. Okay, folders. Yes, what folders? For example, if database server is installed. Database server for default instance, I'm saying. Then folder name will be like this: MS SQL. That is a folder which is going to have database server version number. Version. If I'm talking about 2014 version, it is 12. Dot. Then instance name MS SQL server. Then if you have reporting server, MSRS12 dot MS SQL server, MSAS12 dot MS SQL server. Yes, all I have installed, all servers for default instance. And I'll write a syntax kind of thing. MS SQL will be containing what? Database server software. MSRS contains what? Software of reporting server. MSAS contains what? Software of analysis server. Yes. You want to check them? Yes, I have no software. I'll show you. This PC, C drive, program files, Microsoft SQL Server. Can you see here? MSSQL12.MSSQL server, MSRS12.MSSQL server, MSAS12.MSSQL server. All have installed. All. Yes. Folders will give you, folders will explain you. I have database server, reporting server, analysis, all. Achha, what about named instances? Your wish, named instances, your wish. Not necessary. You can try like this. MSSQL12 dot server 1. If you have MSRS12 dot server 1, MSSQL12 dot server 2, MSSQL12 dot server 3. Yes. MSAS12 dot server 2. Yes. Now see, folders, I said, no, folders. Folders will explain you what are the database. Now, if you have been asked, how many database servers are installed, folder names you can check and answer. First, MSSQL12.MSSQL server, one database server for default instance. And MSSQL. You have 3 database server for named instances. All together in a machine, database server is installed for 4 times. Database server is installed for 4 times. Yeah. How many times reporting server is installed? Reporting server. How many times it is installed? Confirm is for default instance once it is installed. And for server 1 also, reporting server is, means on the whole, reporting server has been installed for twice. One for default instance, one for named instance. And analysis server, how many times it got installed? Analysis server also got installed for 2 times. One for default instance, one for server 2. Server 2. Hope you understood what exactly I try to focus on the terms what I have mentioned in this, folder specification. Now, keeping this picture in view, before I go further, let me make you clear, like if you have been asked to define instance, define instance. This is best point you can say. Separate copy of same software product is called instance. Yes. Every instance will have their own binaries and folders. Yes. Every instance will have their own, what do you call, binaries and what, folders. Most important points. Yes, separate copy of same software product. Same software product. Product that may be 14, 16, anything. Either you install same software for multiple times, what I did in my persons, or you install same SQL Server software. Change your versions, your wish. Okay, and one more point also. Since I'm talking about multiple times installation, let me give you an idea on that point as well. Here I mentioned, here I'll make a list so that you can make a clear identification of it. What advantages of installing multiple instances in a machine, single machine, better you call. Why do you install, or what is the advantage of installing multiple instances in a machine? Why do you need? Okay. Right. Let me highlight them. We'll highlight this. Okay. What is it? One advantage. To reduce cost. Simple. To reduce cost. And what else? What else? Yes. To maintain production, development, testing, environments separately. Yes. To maintain production, development, testing, environment separately. Third advantage, allows to test the new versions without upgrading the existing instance. Fourth, allows to maintain the logins with different permissions in different instances. In different instances. These are the, you can say, advantages of why you want to install SQL Server software multiple times in a machine. Could be these reasons. If you are not in a position to have a separate server machine, again a separate server machine, then you have an alternate. What is it? You can do what? You can reduce the cost by installing multiple instances. Like usually I can do like this. You can say like that. We have one team in the company, who develops Java projects. Okay. And they want to store data using SQL Server. Fine. I'll create one instance and I'll say, whatever is the data, what you people are going to provide through Java, that all information you're supposed to store in this instance. Similarly, in a company, we have another application team That team develops .NET applications. Even they want to store data into the server. So what will happen? I'll create one more installation of SQL Server software, and I'll say that this is the instance in which you people are supposed to communicate. And if you have a team called BI developers, even they want to use SQL Server. So for them, I'll install SQL Server for one more time, and then I'll dedicate that instance for BI developers. What are you doing? You have created 3 instances, 3. One for Java team, one for .NET team, one for BI developers. Yes, 3 times. That is what I was saying. Like, you are going to segregate your job. You're going to segregate your work by putting it into what? Multiple instances. Instead of making all of them to work on one instance, that may unnecessarily put a kind of pressure on server. If you are saying that one instance that itself should be used by SQL Server, the same should be used by if the same should be used by Java, the same instance you have to use with .NET, the same instance you have to use with developer, the same you have to use with BI developer. Then lot of pressure it takes, like server will be provided with lot of pressure. So in that way, it is best suggested. It is best suggested. What? Segregate your job. Multiple instances you install and segregate your work. In that way, it is beneficial. Yeah. You have any questions to ask me on this, please go ahead. Any queries on it? Any queries? If not, I'll continue with my next part. One of the most important parts again. But why are you going with multiple instances of SQL Server software in a machine? This is the reason. If company is, like you have, if company has, one software being used by multiple people and they got huge database maintenance process and they have like millions and millions of transactions they do per day, then definitely they need to go with multiple machines. They can't manage the data with a single machine. These points, what I wrote, that is, I clearly mentioned the advantages of installing multiple instances in a machine. Comfortable? Do you all understood what I said? This is the concept that
Yes,
you
sir.
have.
Understand.
Yes, please. Rohit, is this
Understand, sir.
okay? Okay. Nasser Reddy,
Yes, sir, understand.
did you understand all these points? You have any questions to ask me?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, fine. Fine. Then the next discussion we have on the next second level, you can say, your system, which is containing Windows OS. On that, we have installed SQL Server software. Okay, this part is over. We do one thing because I feel, because